phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Ray Riley with your news update. An update on the auditing progress at the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee. The 2023 audit has been fully reconciled. HACM CFO Brad Lee says the corrective action plan now moves on to 2024.
At the end of 2024, the agency is still experiencing serious cash managed shortages. Checks we're still holding until we can make sure that we have the cash in the bank to satisfy the expenditures.
The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development is allowing HACM to use about $1 million from a land lease towards cleaning up development activity. A suspect killed in a gunfight with Milwaukee police has been identified. Isaiah Stott was seen before noon Wednesday firing shots with a semi-automatic rifle near 27th and Wisconsin on the city's near west side. A 37-year-old male officer returned fire, striking and killing the suspect. Another officer was injured by gunfire and is still recovering today. Oak Creek police are leading the investigation. Bird flu has been confirmed in Milwaukee County. The discovery of the virus in a Wildmer Gainser duck collected from Milwaukee County last week follows 50 reports of sick or dead birds along the Lake Michigan shore in Milwaukee, Racine, and Kenosha counties this month. Earlier this month, Department of Natural Resources Wildlife Health Supervisor Jasmine Baton said there are unique differences with the virus from the last outbreak.
It did change a little bit and is circulating in some cattle herds, some dairy cows, although we haven't had that happen in our state yet.
While the virus can pass from birds to humans, officials say the risk to the general public from avian influenza remains low. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. What is today? Anybody know what today is?
Pop-Off Friday.
It's Pop-Off Friday. And I'm a little bothered by it right now. I'm a little... Y'all know what's bothering me, right? Like, do you really have to guess what's bothering me? Do you really have to go, Dr. Ken, I wonder what's bothering you today? Because I can tell you what's bothering me today. But I thought about that, and I said, you know, I could talk about it, but for me, I think it's much better if you actually heard it.
And tonight we are getting reaction to a scathing report on Milwaukee public schools.
Last summer, Governor Evers ordered an audit into how MPS operates. CBS 58's AJ Bayatpour takes you through the report, which came out today.
An outside firm, MGT, releases a 40-page report based on 18 interviews with MPS leaders, state education officials, and elected members of the MPS board. One key finding is a respondent describing a, quote, culture of fear in the district and a long-standing resistance to change.
The employees are so afraid even to tell the truth to the administrators, like North Korea, that because they're afraid that they'll get punished, that they go along with things that they know are not true.
Ben Hitchcock-Cross is an attorney representing 5 MPS whistleblowers who've previously sued the district, some alleging they are victims of retaliation. The report also finds overlapping jobs and tasks that have bounced between departments. Hitchcock-Cross claims it's a byproduct of district leaders taking care of their friends.
Many of these positions that we're talking about with overlap and everything else are ultimately they're created for the individual and not for the work.
Cronyism.
Cronyism.
The audit calls for the district to overhaul its human resources department and bring in a leader from outside the district. And the report says board members need better training on what their job actually is, overseeing the administration. Republican State Representative Joel Kitchens, who chairs the Assembly's Education Committee, tells us he is sympathetic, but Milwaukee has no margin for error.
It can be a problem everywhere where you have board members that it's not their full-time job, they trust the superintendent and that kind of thing. But when you get to a situation like Milwaukee, we need board members that really are engaged there. They have to provide oversight.
Democratic State Senator Chris Larson from Milwaukee says he's optimistic this report and other major changes at MPS will lead to positive change.
I think that combined within 24 hours of us having a new superintendent is a powerful formula to actually fixing what the underlying problems are.
For some, these findings ultimately raise some very big questions.
Do we start all over? And if not, what do we do?
Well, the Evers administration dedicated $5.5 million to 2 audits of MPS. This one and another on the district's academics. That one is still ongoing. A spokesperson for the governor says they are paying the outside firm about $2 million for those 2 audits. The remaining $3 million plus will go to MPS for the district to make changes based on these reports. Natalie, Jessup.
So help me with something. $2 million. Now, when did we have this big blow up? Do you remember? Like, when did we start this big blow up with MPS? Was it last year this time? Like, when exactly did the blow up about MPS start, and then we got rid of the superintendent and all that? That was about this time last year. Like, it was maybe March, April-ish, right? Help me out, 833-212-1017. Do you remember when, well, you know what? I got all of the internet sitting in front of me. When did Posley resign MPS? They said it was June 30th, but he left before that, right? So I'm just trying to figure this out. What kind of firm do you have? What type of firm do you have that from June, July-ish, let's go with July 1st. July, September, you're looking on YouTube, right? You can stream and watch us live on YouTube. July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 6 months. January, February. We're not even done with February, but I'll give it to you. That's 8 months. It costs you $2 million to do 8 months worth of work. $2 million that the governor paid out. And then to help her make the other parts of the suggestions, when the new superintendent comes in, if they okay a contract, she gets another $2 million to work with that. Not her personally, but to work with it. So this is the issue and the problem with MPS in public education. You have an Evers who used to be a teacher and the DPI, ran the DPI. And then you have him giving money to another person, spending $2 million on a school district where they only interviewed 18 people. I could have interviewed 18 people for $250,000. It took $2 million. And then on top of that, you're going to give another $2 million or $3 million so that she has some working capital so that she can make these changes. That's what the budget is for. That's what the idiotic board is for. Why would you do that? Because Evers is cut in the same union educational cloth that everybody else is at DPI, everybody with MPS, the board, the union. So now this is what we have. So now you see where the bad habits came from. Evers didn't do his job when he was DPI. Whoever was in there before Underly didn't do their job. She's not doing her job. Nobody's holding MPS's feet to the fire. So what do? We throw money at it. So you got a total of about $5 million sunk before we even get a new superintendent, before we make one change, and we still owe them. Why is the state giving MPS money or spending money on MPS when they owe you at least $42, $45, $70 million? Like, what is that? That's what happens in education. This is what happens in public education, be it higher education, high school, K-12. This is what happens. They kowtow to each other. They give money to each other. They pay each other. And that's exactly what those, I guess you can call them whistleblowers, were talking about when they said they had an issue with the fact that MPS makes them afraid. That MPS retaliates against whistleblowers, against people who actually do the right thing. Employees are so afraid even to tell the truth to administrators because they're afraid they'll get punished, that they go along with things that they know are not true. That's what happened to the finance chair. And here's the bad part. She got fired and she still didn't tell the truth. Think about that, because she wanted to get paid. I don't know. That's my assumption. It could be wrong. Based on this, that wasn't what it was. She's just scared. The auditors interviewed 18 district stakeholders, including MPS leaders, Department of Public Instruction officials, and elected members of the MPS Board of School Directors. So it looks like it was more than 18 people. It was 18 stakeholders, so I had that incorrect. Reluctant to change, overlapping jobs. You heard it. Administration and board having their own communications. What do you need a communications office for when you need one? Like, idiocy. Idiocy. There was a theme of jobs and tasks of inconsistent chains of command, tech services being relocated across 4 different departments, crazy stuff. Using it to save money and buy the love of friends by giving them jobs. No training on finances, but yet you have over $1 billion. Idiocy. Doesn't make any sense at all, but yet that's what we do. And Evers just showed you what happens when cronyism takes place. You spend money on a district, $2 million. Did it take $2 million to interview people? Absolutely not. It most certainly didn't. So watch this. $2 million. $2 million. I'm on my calculator. $2 million divided by 41. So watch this. It was 41 pages in this report. You paid them $2 million. It cost $48,781 to write each page. I would take that job. I would definitely take that job. But here's the key. And by the way, if you want to read the report, text keyword MPS 2025 to 833-212-1017, and you can get the link to the CBS 58 article, and you can download and scroll down to the review and download it, and you can read it for yourself. And I know you'll hate this, but the new superintendent, I almost called her a lieutenant, the new superintendent, they probably need to channel the old Donald Trump. Y'all remember when he was on TV? And what was his favorite phrase? You're fired.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. The Truth app is home for all the Milwaukee Panther content you would want.
He'll dart baseline, and he will tomahawk it home with his right hand.
From conversations on the airwaves.
We're going to defend every board up the floor and every bounce and every pass. And we've got good depth, and you have to have good depth for the way we play.
To game highlights.
And at the top, rises for three over Young and buries it.
Find The Roar on the Truth app, Apple, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts to keep up with Panthers hoops.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am ASAP and Maya Angelou.
I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass.
From A to Z, I celebrate, emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep Scholars recite, not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning, because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Join the Greater Milwaukee Urban League as it celebrates individuals and organizations whose commitment to equity creates strong partners and strong communities. It's all happening at the annual Equal Opportunity Day Luncheon on Thursday, March 13th at the Pfister Hotel. Greater Milwaukee Urban League will honor local leaders and organizations committed to empowering communities and changing lives. Join us for a special recognition of legendary past President Ralph Holman. For details, sponsorship, and tickets, go to tmul.org.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hold my hand, everything will be okay. I heard from the heavens that clouds have been gray. Pull me close, wrap me in your aching arms. I see that you're hurting. Why'd you take so long to tell me you need me? I see that you're bleeding. You don't need to show me again. But if you decide to, I'll ride in this life with you. I won't let go till the end.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, I want to say happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you, including my spouse. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Also want to remind you the award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates this month Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in all month as we celebrate voices and stories and achievements that have shaped what we know now as the present and inspires the future. 1017 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Educators Credit Union, the Freighter to the Medical College of Wisconsin, and our studio sponsor, American Family Insurance. 833-212-1017 is the number. And so now that we know the depth to which all this other garbage is going on with MPS, what exactly are we going to do? Like, what exactly can we say, hey, this isn't right? Like, there's something about this that doesn't sit right, and we need to change it. We need to figure out what it is, right? So if you want to read this 41-page report, text MPS 2025, all one word, to 833-212-1017. It'll take you to the CBS 58 site, and you can scroll down, and you'll see it there. You can download it, and you can take your time and read. Don't just take the news media's word for it. Read it, and it'll tell you exactly what the issues are at MPS. And I just find it unconscionable. I just find it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But yet here we are trying to deal with what's going on. Oh, and by the way, you see who they hired, right? We've had a spate of black superintendents at MPS. So when we talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion being gone, it's gone. It's gone. I'm not saying she's not going to do a great job. I'm not going to say she's going to do a great job. I'm saying it's gone. If the school district was 49.3% white or 49.8% white, there's absolutely no way we would ever have a black superintendent. That's just me. Now, are there anomalies? Absolutely. Mequon had a black superintendent, West Milwaukee, right? West Milwaukee has one. Is it West Dallas, West Milwaukee? I think so. West Milwaukee, West Dallas. A couple of them around here that are predominantly white have black superintendents who are doing well, who are doing a great job. I think what happens sometimes is we get stuck in our own DEI silo where we think only black for black, regardless of the number. And it's just, I don't think you can complain that other people. That just threw me. What does she mean?
Just do it.
Nah.
Because the new superintendent is biracial, right?
I don't care.
Why?
What's her last name?
What's her last name?
Yeah. And she's not the new superintendent.
What's her first name is the real question.
And she's not. Okay, so time out. Millicent, you're on the award-winning 1017
Yes.
Truth. First of all,
yes.
Are you telling me that if somebody is half black, half white, they have to identify as black?
No, what I'm telling you is when she did her introduction, she said, as a black woman. She considers herself a black woman.
Is she black?
Yeah, I guess she is.
Oh, so I can just tell you I'm black, so I'm black, right?
I guess.
So nobody checked.
I guess.
So nobody checked.
Nobody checked.
So nobody checked.
Nobody checked, but I guess
so she might be another one of them.
So we have to take her at her word.
So she might be, what's her name? Rachel Doles? From Doles, whatever her name is. No. The Rachel chick from San Francisco that ran the NAACP. Yeah.
Yep, like that.
No, we don't like
that. Her family hasn't come through and said that she's white.
Time out. I don't care. But I think if you're mixed and you identify, if she's mixed and she identifies as black.
I don't know if she's mixed or what, but in her introduction, she said, "I am as a black woman."
So this is like
she identifies as black.
So this is like identifying as a chair, right? Like I'm a chair, so I identify as a chair.
Yep,
so I'm a chair, right?
Right.
Yep. I'm not begrudging her.
That's what she says.
If that's what she wants to do, I'm not begrudging her. But come on, can we get some proof here?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what? We'll have the proof of being the pudding with the job she does.
Look, y'all made Barack Obama figure it out how to prove it. She can prove it too.
Yeah, I guess. We didn't make him. Donald Trump made him. That's who made him do that. We already knew what he was by his walk.
Donald Trump didn't make Barack Obama. They were calling that out when he was running in Illinois. Stop. Come on. Don't do that.
No. He was the one that made the big deal about it. And it's okay
he was
because
one of
now
the people,
you see that
understand. In Illinois, they were making a big deal. Even when he ran for Senate. Come on, he just came on your radar when he ran for president.
It wasn't over the top like Donald Trump did it.
He just got an excuse to put it over the top.
Donald Trump is doing a great job.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Whatever.
Yep, I can't wait for him to get rid of these food stamps, this welfare, and the Department of Education. He did a great job.
Well, we don't need to get rid of food stamps and that because that helps people who are struggling.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
No,
I completely and totally
that's not what he said.
Have you ever been on food stamps?
When Elon Musk say that y'all got to do it yourself.
Have you ever been on food stamps?
I sure have. Wish I could get them right now.
You can. All you got to do is quit your job and stop making money and become homeless, and then you can get food stamps.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So wait a minute. So you have food stamps, but can't nobody else have food stamps. You want to get rid of them?
No. What I'm saying is y'all voted for Donald Trump, and now y'all getting what you voted for.
They never said they were getting rid of. They never said they were getting rid of Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. It was never said that.
I think you need to go listen to the news today.
I think what you need to do is go back. They're not going to get rid of it. They're not going to get rid of it. It's not going to happen.
Well, they won't get rid of it, but they're going to cut it.
They're going to what? They can't.
Cut it.
They can't. The only person you can't. The president can't cut Medicare, Medicaid, none of that. Social Security, he can't.
He can cut the benefits. Yes, they can.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You know what? You're absolutely right. Thank you much.
All right.
I appreciate you. Have a good day. Do people understand, like the federal government, and do they understand you can say what you want to say till you're blue in the face, but all those cuts they're doing with Doge, first of all, the changes he's making is stuff that the president can do only in the executive branch. When it comes to money, Congress got to do that. You can't get rid of the Department of Education unless Congress votes. So y'all can talk till you're blue in the face, learn some civics, and learn some information that'll teach you exactly what it takes in order to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to the noise. Listen for the message. People telegraph to you what they're going to do. He can't get rid of Social Security. He can't even change how much money you're going to get in Social Security. Only person that can do that, only people that can do that is Congress. They control the purse strings. So the president could write a budget that he thinks would be great, and Congress can change it and then send it back. He could veto it, and then Congress can probably get a supermajority and pass it, and that'll be that. But Stop thinking this man has power he don't have. Because he really does not. And now with traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
Looking at 43 southbound, we have a crash on the ramp from Fond du Lac Avenue. Delays there start at North Avenue and continue down into downtown past National Avenue. Looking at 94, things are definitely slowing down around the Stadium Interchange. Eastbound delays start around State Fair Park, and westbound delays start just around 16th Street. A winter weather advisory starts at 6 p.m. tonight. That goes until 6 a.m. Saturday for all of southeast Wisconsin. Tonight, mostly early snow. We're looking at 2 to 4 inches, a low of 25 degrees. On Saturday, we could see an additional 3 to 5 inches of snow, a high of 33 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Jessica Gatso on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Dear employer, my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Raskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser.
I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum,
I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data,
to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snime. The New York Jets have informed quarterback Aaron Rodgers they plan on moving forward next year. In a social media post on Thursday, they thanked Rodgers as they now look ahead to their future at the quarterback position. Over to college hoops, where the 16-9 UWM Panthers are back in action tonight. They'll welcome in Wright State for a 7 p.m. tip-off. And lastly, no Bucks basketball this weekend as the All-Star break begins. Damian Lillard will defend his three-point shootout titles Saturday night, and Andre Jackson Jr. will participate in the slam dunk contest on Saturday night as well. The All-Star activities will start at 7 p.m. Saturday night, and the All-Star game will tip off on Sunday night at 7 as well. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Brian, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Did you send me something on the talking text?
No,
Okay.
I didn't do that.
What's up?
You remember when Alan Keyes, I know you remember Alan Keyes, right?
Right, yeah.
Remember when Alan Keyes and Barack Obama had that famous debate?
Yep.
Back when he was running for office?
Right. I remember that.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that debate?
Vaguely remember it.
You remember Alan Keyes was the first person that called out Barack Obama's citizenship.
Right, which was completely incorrect.
Yeah, but you remember what Barack Obama said to him?
No, I don't.
He said, "Calm down, Alan. It's not like I'm running for POTUS." When he was questioning whether or not he was legal to run for anything.
Right.
Obama said, "It's not like I'm running for POTUS." You know, POTUS means president.
But I think what he meant by that is the energy that you're putting into this as if it's this big, huge thing. Hang on, let me finish. What he was saying was it was not germane to the position he was running for. Now, if you want to argue like this for president, then we'll go ahead and prove it because we got to do that anyway.
But okay, I'll let you have that one. But remember the governor of Arizona, Bill Richards?
Right.
You know, he said the same thing.
So what?
They had him on camera.
But so what?
Yeah, they had him on. I know they had him on camera at his banquet, at Barack Obama's banquet, and they asked him. He said, "Well, Barack's an immigrant." They were asking him about his propensity to be president.
Well, I think what they were doing. I'm sorry. Go on.
Right. But right after Bill Richardson said that, we never heard anything else from Bill Richards again.
Well,
even to this day, nobody ever hears.
So what exactly are you saying? Are you saying that Barack Obama was not a U.S. citizen?
I'm saying that it was very questionable to a lot of people.
Well,
and a lot of people just don't say anything more, or they just disappear completely.
Well, first of all, one of your parents is from this country. The other parent is from Africa.
Exactly.
Your grandmother raised you in Hawaii. So it's not out of the ordinary when people check and find out, well, he's not in any of these states. That's because he grew up in Hawaii. And when you question it, his father was not a U.S. citizen. So people make the assumption he wasn't a U.S. citizen, which is dumb because we have this thing called what? Birthright.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the thing, I was just addressing that because Millicent was saying that Trump was the first one to put light on that. He wasn't the first one to put light on it.
Nowhere near the first one.
It was Alan Keyes. It was Alan Keyes first. Then it was Alex Jones.
That was Yep.
Then it was Alex Jones, and then Trump started talking to Alex Jones, and that was the only time Trump ever thought about questioning it because of Alex Jones and Alan Keyes. I was just recorrecting some facts.
All right, later. It disturbs me when people apply information they hear on the news instead of actually looking it up from a credible source and finding it. Because today, the way the news feels about Donald Trump or the way Fox News felt about Barack Obama, I don't really trust mainstream news anymore. You're going to have to go out and find birth certificates and all that stuff yourself. You can't trust anybody anymore. And it's unfortunate But we have this thing about Trump that we say the world caved in and we blame. Donald Trump ain't been around that long to have caused that much trouble in the political arena. He ain't nobody. He gonna be gone in less than 4 years. What y'all doing? Have a heart attack? Have a stroke over a guy that's not gonna be there? Who, for all intent and purpose, is only, 78, 79 years old? Come on now. He's only 3 years younger than Joe Biden. What y'all doing? Okay. Talking text line, Brian said, you're acting as if he's circumventing Congress now. And the Republicans are just rubber stamping everything he wants in the fear that he will be primaried by Trump and must-back candidates. Huh? He's not circumventing Congress. He has the power as president. Congress doesn't have that power. Supreme Court doesn't have that power. The president has that power. He used it. Biden used it. Barack Obama used it. Bush used it. Clinton used it. Like, what? What? Like, you need to learn your history. Stop listening to CNN and Fox News and MSNBC and thinking the talking points they're giving you are based in fact. Follow up and find out yourself. Look up the news stories. Look up the documents if you have to. But most of y'all don't even know who Alan Keyes is when he ran in Illinois because it's outside of where you live. Go do your homework. The debate they had. Go do your homework. And then you'll be able to argue on even line. But don't call somebody a liar because you disagree with them and you hate Trump. Don't call people a liar because you disagree with their politics. Bottom line, trust, but verify it. You keep talking about a lie is still a lie. What you're saying is an actual lie. You don't even know what you're talking about. You probably don't even know who Alan Keyes is. You don't know that Barack Obama ran for state, then federal senator, for U.S. senator, and then president, and didn't remain and didn't finish his office, didn't finish the 6 years as senator when he ran for president. So what are you talking about? We in Chicago knew he was mixed. We in Chicago knew his father was from Africa. Like, what are you, like, huh? It's like nobody can challenge anything black, but then when you get hoodwinked by an MPS superintendent, then you want to get upset. Well, it's too late. The system is already destroyed. MPS is already garbage. Now you want to get mad? You should have got mad in the beginning. You should have been paying attention in the beginning. I'm telling you, if you paid attention to MPS the way you paid, and the city, the way you pay attention to Donald Trump, this city would be immaculate. People would want to move here instead of Mequon or Brookfield. Seriously. But instead, you'd rather complain about ridiculous things. Ridiculous things. Ridiculous. And so somebody said, if he wasn't circumventing Congress, then why are all executive orders being fought in court? First of all, they're not all being fought in court. Second, you can fight anything in court. If Congress makes a law and the president signs it, you can go to court and fight it. What are you talking about? If somebody steps on your toenail, you can go to court and fight it. Like you can go to court for anything. So don't think that people are taking the high road and going to court to fight something because they're high and mighty and they think they're right. They just don't like him. Because Biden, look at all those orders Biden signed before he left. He gave his son, who's a drug-dealing, lying fool, 100% immunity throughout his entire life, including his family members. And y'all didn't say nothing about that. Where's all the black people that got that? Where's some of these drug dealers that got, and I know, well, he gave it to 1,500 people and he helped them out. Well, okay. I know none of them. All I'm saying is that do both. Do both. But coming up with these ridiculous arguments about it just, It doesn't make any sense. Check your facts from something that's credible. Because the news channels are not credible anymore. They've drank Kool-Aid and they're just going through the motions. I was reading something on CNN today about about how Cornell University feels about the threatening comment about Trump ending or fighting anti-Semitism. Like, who did he threaten? People who are anti-Semites? Like, it was just weird. Like, why would you? You're a news organization. Why would you write something like that? Makes absolutely no sense. I don't know if we can trust journalists in the media anymore. I think I'm going to start doing so what kind of test could I do to the media if I need to check them to see whether or not they're legitimate? Like, I wonder what should I do? Should I go with age? Right? Excuse me, are you under 65? Are you under 45? Are you under 35? Like, if you're a journalist and you are 45 years or older, I'll accept you. If you're not, reject it.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit froedtert.com/heart.
Join the Greater Milwaukee Urban League as it celebrates individuals and organizations whose commitment to equity creates strong partners and strong communities. It's all happening at the annual Equal Opportunity Day Luncheon on Thursday, March 13th at the Pfister Hotel. Greater Milwaukee Urban League will honor local leaders and organizations committed to empowering communities and changing lives. Join us for a special recognition of legendary past President Ralph Holman. For details, sponsorship, and tickets, go to tmul.org.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Don't you know what makes you beautiful? I'll do anything for you that I never done before. Don't you know that you're beautiful? like I've never loved before. Let me notice your truth right now. Let me into your heart somehow. I'll make it feel
beautiful. I think we're so serious.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We've teamed up with Associated Bank and our Black-owned business give back each quarter for lucky business owners who receive an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. So to sign up, go to blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com, and you can sign up for your business spotlight interview. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure right here on 101.7 The Truth. For official contest rules, well, it's not really a contest, but it's a rule. Well, technically it is because you got to get picked. But in order to do that, you got to go to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. Sandra, you are on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken.
What up? How are you? I'm fine. You doing good? I'm doing good. What's up?
Yeah, I'm watching the snow and watching the traffic. Sitting back listening to you. I'm listening to you pop off about the schools and the teachers and the union and the everything.
I mean, at some point,
my.
Can't we just complain about stuff and then hold to it? We complain and put Trump in everything we talk about. I'm like, my God, you sound like you have mental health issues, and you insult people who have mental health issues because that's all you can think about. Get over it. He won. There's nothing you can do. Take care of this city. Stop being silly, Sandra.
He did not win.
Stop being silly, Sandra. Okay, I'm not going to talk to you about it. And if you continue, I'm going to just put you on hold.
I'm not going to talk about. I didn't call you to talk about Trump.
Don't be raising your voice. Don't raise your voice.
I'm going to tell you this.
You want to fight, Sandra?
Let me tell you. No,
you want to fight? Can you even fight?
No, I'm just going to tell you this.
Can you even fight?
Let me tell you this.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't fight. No, I try to get out of fights. No, because when you spoke on your show,
yes, ma'am,
you said that. You said you didn't want to talk about Trump or nobody like that. You just said you didn't want to. So I don't bring him up. I just
now watch you say but. Now watch you say but.
No. I'm just saying when justice is not really justice.
See,
that's what makes you mad.
Same thing.
No, that's why I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with here. And but anyhow, I didn't call to talk about him. You would talk about the schools. And you would, no, you talking about the schools and the union. And I told you I was belonging to a union. I pick it a lot of times.
Right.
But I think the schools, all this stuff with the schools, it didn't just start. It's been going on a long time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody did anything about it. But did nobody do anything about it?
No.
Your generation didn't do nothing about it. Y'all was living. Hey, this y'all city. This wasn't mine. This y'all city. Y'all always remind me. You're not from Milwaukee.
I was working. We didn't have that problem.
Of course,
I was working. We didn't have that problem.
Of course not, because we had pretty segregated schools, and those teachers acted like they cared, and they did.
Yeah. And so I didn't have it. So now with the kids, like a lot of times, like you said, we don't know civics and all this stuff. I didn't know that this is how all this stuff ran. You know, that you got to be involved. You got to fight for your country and all of this stuff. I didn't know all of that. I'm learning a lot right now at my old age. So,
but we all do.
It's really, yeah. But I'm wishing I had. Because I would go to the schools and kind of, go help them read and stuff like that.
Right.
And I would take my daughter, my kids, and stuff like that.
Right.
But I didn't know. I just didn't know we were getting to the point where we got this big balloon thing that's going on and the schools closing and all that stuff. I just didn't know.
But that's because. But do you think it's because you didn't know? And I only got a minute or so. Do you think it's because you didn't know? Do you think you didn't know because you weren't taught that, or you didn't know because you were too busy working and taking care of your family and doing those types of things?
I wasn't taught that because my parents never spoke of anything racialized or anything that segregation. Or they never spoke about it.
But didn't you live in a predominantly black community?
Yes.
Well, that's why they didn't talk about it.
But they never spoke. But they never told me about this.
But that's why. Because
I live with Detective Dewey Russ, Lawyer Pearce.
Right.
We live in the same vicinity.
Right.
And they said the only reason we lived in the same vicinity because black.
Yeah,
Judge Pearce. And we lived in the same vicinity because they couldn't move.
They couldn't move.
Otherwise.
Right.
But my mom and daddy would not talk. They just, I guess they were afraid to say too much, I guess.
They were truly from the silent generation.
That's right.
They didn't talk about stuff.
So we learned a lot.
Put their head down and worked hard.
Yeah, we just learning a lot now. And maybe we'll come out even harder now that we're learning,
but
how
you miss a lot
evolves.
because information is everywhere now. Look at you in your 70s, but yet you're probably more well-informed than most people that are in their teens by virtue of the fact that you have access to the same information they have, but you just know more.
Yes. And I got to cipher stuff out, too.
Right.
Some of that stuff you just can't believe because they'll say something, anything, and you got to cipher some of that stuff. Filter it, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But I'm going to let you get to your thanks for the Valentine's beauty. And I'm going to let you get to the news and all the good stuff coming up.
All right.
And have a nice weekend.
You too. And stay in the house. It's supposed to snow again.
I'm going out there and dance.
Okay.
No, I ain't going out. I'm just talking. Okay, bye-bye.
Why you look up like that? People in their 70s can't dance? What's that about?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Hell no.
You know I got to say something, right?
No, you don't.
Top 5 at 5.
We have Friday Night Hoops on The Truth. This Friday, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to take on the Wright State Raiders.
Blocked by McKee, pulled down by Stillwell, 3.5, and A.J. McKee playing with 4 fouls, blocks the would-be game-tying three-pointer.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock. The award-winning 101.7 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in all month as we celebrate the voices, stories, and achievements that have shaped history and inspired the future. 101.7 The Truth's celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, College Bound, Character Strong, Educators Credit Union, Achieving More Together, the Freighter, and the Medical College of Wisconsin. Let's push ahead. And American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry. This is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, How did the interview go?
I did it. I got the job. I can't believe it.
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Ray Riley with your news update. An update on the auditing progress at the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee. The 2023 audit has been fully reconciled. HACM CFO Brad Lee says the corrective action plan now moves on to 2024.
At the end of 2024, the agency is still experiencing serious cash managed shortages. Checks we're still holding until we can make sure that we have the cash in the bank to satisfy the expenditures.
The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development is allowing HACM to use about $1 million from a land lease towards cleaning up development activity. A suspect killed in a gunfight with Milwaukee police has been identified. Isaiah Stott was seen before noon Wednesday firing shots with a semi-automatic rifle near 27th and Wisconsin on the city's near west side. A 37-year-old male officer returned fire, striking and killing the suspect. Another officer was injured by gunfire and is still recovering today. Oak Creek police are leading the investigation. Bird flu has been confirmed in Milwaukee County. The discovery of the virus in a wild merganser duck collected from Milwaukee County last week follows 50 reports of sick or dead birds along the Lake Michigan shore in Milwaukee, Racine, and Kenosha counties this month. Earlier this month, Department of Natural Resources Wildlife Health Supervisor Jasmine Baton said there are unique differences with the virus from the last outbreak.
It did change a little bit and is circulating in some cattle herds, some dairy cows, although we haven't had that happen in our state yet.
While the virus can pass from birds to humans, officials say the risk to the general public from avian influenza remains low. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Okay, so I got to tell y'all a gross story. Okay? I said I'm going to be arguing with Daphne pretty soon. So, that'll be okay. Anyway. Couple things. So, first of all, I got to do my top 5 at 5, so make sure you hang around. Yesterday, I bought some I can't say what I bought, right? I'm gonna just say I bought something, and you can eat M&Ms with it, right? You can eat M&Ms with it. So I may as well say, I just can't tell you where I got it from. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say what it is. First of all, it was my fault. Because I talked about it the other day. I bought some popcorn and some M&Ms, right? You eat popcorn with M&Ms? Okay. So that's normal. I was good with it, right? So, my Thursday night, I go hang out with the fellas, some nights, whole family goes. We go chill, hang out, sit outside when it's warm, sit inside when it's cold, that kind of thing, right? I ate my popcorn and my M&Ms. Right? So on the way home, and granted, when I'm out, I don't drink. Right? I just don't drink. So I'm driving home and I'm yawning and my eyes are like squinting. I'm like, oh man, I'm tired. And it wasn't that late for me because I stay up late and wake up early. Take a couple naps during the day. So I can rock 24 hours and still go. And so I'm sitting here and I'm not feeling well. So I get home and I'm a regimented person, right? There's some things I'm just disciplined about. So as soon as I get in my garage, like when I'm leaving, when I get in my garage, I make sure the garage door is open first. I lock my door, I start my car, and then I back out. When I go home, I go in, and the first thing I do is turn my car off. And then lower the garage door. Because, we got crazy people around here. And as soon as the garage is down, I unlock my door and get out. I pull into the garage, and that's what I did. Because I'm paranoid. There were years ago, I knew a guy who came home drunk, fell asleep in his garage, and died from asphyxiation because the car was running in the garage. And he fell asleep. And so I'm hyper paranoid about that. So what I did is I got home. By the time I got home, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was like, and I couldn't find the energy to wake up and go in the house. I was like, something's wrong. I was like, I can't. And finally I said, you know what, get up. And I forced myself up, got out the car, got my bags, went in the house. And I was like, and I sat down on the couch with my coat on, hat, everything, and fell asleep for like 5 minutes. And you could hear yourself snoring. And I woke up and I went, I did this, right? Something's not, and I felt my stomach say, you remember everything you ate? Yeah, it's not staying. And I jumped up and I ran to the bathroom and what's another word for puked? Threw up? What? And it was terrible. Every single thing I ate that evening, all the popcorn and all the M&Ms, out. So if you can imagine how popcorn and M&Ms look. Now, here's the weird part about it. You ready? You know how sometimes you get sick and your stomach is warm? It wasn't even warm. It was cold. So I said, okay, something wrong. This isn't even staying on my stomach. So I went back to the place because I figure as long as I don't eat popcorn with M&Ms, that must be it, right? So I said, hey, let me tell you what happened. I aspirated. Like, it was bad, but I don't think it was the food because, man, it was good. She said, well, do you have allergies? And I said, well, yeah, I'm allergic to nuts. And she said, yeah, it's made with coconut. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. I was like, what do you mean made with coconut? She said, it's made with coconut. said, so basically, my body rejected all the food because my body couldn't take the food. It could have killed me. I was like, okay. So I almost died yesterday. And I think about, had I fallen asleep, I just might have. It's like, wow. You got to be careful. And so that's why I'm so paranoid about what I eat. That's why I'm so paranoid about who prepares my food. And no matter what, I'm going to check. And some people get mad. And I'm at a point now where if you get mad about me telling you how I need my food prepared, I'm not buying the food. And I leave. Oh, it's like that? Yes, it's like that. I want to live as long as I possibly can. I don't want you killing me and go, oops. But then I did, tell my family, hey, something happened to me? Here's a lawyer's card right here. Call him or her or whoever it is so that we can get well, I guess I can't say we because I won't be here, get compensated. I guess I really can't say that.
Number 5.
This from WISN.com. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office identified the man killed in a shootout on 27th and Wisconsin Avenue as 24-year-old Isaiah Scott. I'm sorry, Isaiah Stott, S-T-O-T-T. Video shows Stott walking with a rifle for at least 3 blocks on Wisconsin Avenue during the lunch hour. Video shows him firing in the air as well. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman said officers were initially called for a man walking down the street with a large gun. When police arrived, they ordered him to drop the gun, but he refused and fired at the officers. 34-year-old police officer was shot. We talked about that. And is an 8-year veteran. Sources say he was shot in the leg and torso and is expected to live. He's out of surgery and recovering. WISN 12 Investigates has learned Stott was a Marine Corps veteran. He was discharged early but served from April 2018 till July 2021. A USMC spokesperson says Stott was discharged because he was incongruent with the Marine Corps expectations and standards. They wouldn't elaborate. He didn't have a record in Wisconsin. That's according to court records. They spoke to his brother, who was shocked that the shooting happened. He said something changed all in the last week, referring to Stott's Facebook page, which shows multiple on-camera soliloquies posted in the last week that were difficult to decipher. Some show video of him wearing what looks like to be a sweatshirt he wore on the shooting on Thursday. And so ATF, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives, our agents were on the scene to trace the gun and look at things of that nature. So we're getting a little more. It's been said that he may have had some mental health issues, and it's important to keep in mind that people got on, and this is what I don't like about the police department and I don't like about the police union. They got on the mayor by saying what a tragedy this shooting was in both instances. And then the cops jump on the fact that, oh, but he shot a cop. The guy has mental health issues. Something is wrong with him. And so for you to at least not have empathy, just the fact that the guy had a mental health issue, not that he shot the police, that was wrong. But every time the police do stuff and y'all mess up, y'all shut up and stop talking. If you would talk up when cops do stuff wrong, the way you talk up when you feel offended, which is ridiculous because you decided to be a police officer, nobody made you do it, you should be open to criticism. But when you look at the fact that in both instances, it's tragedy. When anybody loses their life. So have a heart. Show some compassion. Otherwise, take the uniform and the badge off. Quit. Because if you can't show compassion, see, y'all got me all upset. It's Pop Off Friday. If you cannot show compassion for the people you serve, even when you don't like them, you're garbage. Yes, I said it. Y'all got a problem, you know where you can find me. For every one thing the cops do right, y'all sure be stepping in it, getting it wrong sometimes. What the mayor did, he's the mayor of every single person in this city. Criminals too, mentally ill too. And that's what he said. That's all. And then instead of the mayor stepping up, well, I'm gonna change it. Well, that's not exactly what I meant. Take that down. Stop. Explain what it is you said, and if they don't like it, too bad.
Number 4.
This from Fox6Now.com. Happy Valentine's Day. The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for Valentine's Day. That's your present. Advisory covers all of southeastern Wisconsin from 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. Saturday. Moderate to heavy snow. What does that mean? That means it starts out 1 to 3 inches before midnight, 3 to 5 inches by the morning, which means it'll probably end up being about 6. Because every time they tell us, oh, it's only going to be this much, they end up being wrong in the wrong way. So come tomorrow, or should I say come tonight? But again, folk got stuff to do tonight. Maybe not.
Number 3.
This also from Fox6Now.com. This is something to show you so that you understand that no matter what, it ain't just Milwaukee. A Menominee Falls woman has been criminally charged in connection with a physical altercation that occurred with hospital staff in Freighter Menominee Falls Hospital on February 9th. The accused is 30-year-old Sandra Blankenmeyer. So what they know. According to the criminal complaint, police were dispatched to Freighter Menominee Falls Hospital that day for the report of a visitor being physical with security and medical staff. When police arrived, they made contact with security, who directed their attention to a 2015 Ford Edge parked near the front entrance. Inside were 2 people. The passenger was later identified as Blankenmeyer, the complaint states. Court filings say Blankenmeyer acknowledged that there was an altercation in the hospital with hospital staff. She admitted that she struck multiple hospital workers because she was upset. You ready? Why do you think she was upset at the hospital in Menominee Falls? Because she was upset that she could not get a doctor's note to give to her employee while she was at the hospital visiting a relative. Per the complaint, Blankenmeyer refused to exit the vehicle. Other officers told her she was under arrest for battery to healthcare worker. Police had to Blankenmeyer's. Is that called redundant? Anyway, they had to blanket Blankenmeyer's arms. Who wrote this? While she was inside the vehicle, and officers were able to grab her wrists and place them behind her back. She was then escorted to a squad car. A registered nurse told police that she was working on the 3rd floor when a visitor, later identified as Blankenmeyer, became disorderly about not getting a doctor's note fast enough. Now that is one of those ultimate privilege moves. The nurse claimed she began screaming vulgarities. At that time, other staff members entered the room to assist. That's when Blankenmeyer began throwing punches. That's what the complaint says. According to the complaint, a certified nursing assistant reported that she was punched in the head area. A registered nurse reported feeling pain behind her right ear. That's because you got punched in the head, honey, okay? And the 3rd victim, a registered nurse, had a bruise on her left wrist. So, she's charged with 2 counts of bodily harm or threat to employee of healthcare facility or family. 1 count of bodily harm or threat to a worker in a health care facility, disorderly conduct, or resisting an officer. So I want to track this because I want to see what she gets charged with, and if she pleads guilty, what sentence she gets. That's what I want to know. Because I will be very interested to know that.
Number 2.
This from thegrio.com. Members of the legendary Grammy Award-winning R&B group Boyz II Men visited Capitol Hill yesterday to meet with lawmakers and deliver a letter on behalf of and signed by 300 artists requesting passage of the American Music Fairness Act. That's according to a press release shared with The Grio. According to the American Federation of Musicians, the bill, H.R. 861/S 326, would ensure artists are paid whenever their songs are played on AM/FM stations. It would also require only smaller stations, those whose revenue and whose parent companies fall below a certain threshold, to access unlimited music for less than $2 a day, among other things. Boyz II Men, comprised of the group's members, are set to meet with Speaker of the House of Representatives, Representative Mike Johnson, Republican, Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat, and Republican Majority Leader Steve Scalise. This is an issue about right and wrong. Artists, including background vocalists and musicians, work hard to create music that brings joy to millions. It's outrageous that big radio companies are able to make billions of dollars each year in ads while denying royalties to the performers whose music attracts listeners in the first place. We hope that Congress will listen to the voices of artists and pass this bill. So what happens when this bill passes? DJ Brother Z. So what they want to do is pass it so that any music that's used at a radio station or TV station, even if it's in a commercial, and I guess it would include bumper music too, the artist will get paid every single time it plays. Are you in agreement to that? Did Kyle just interrupt my conversation while I was trying to have with you when he come in and just start talking? See what I mean? Just, I get no love and no respect. Even on Valentine's Day, I get no love and no respect. So do you think that should fly? Why not? I mean, you gotta. Are y'all gonna stop talking so I can talk to him? I'm like, so DJ Brother Z can't turn the microphone on because they're having a conversation, and I'm like, so I just get to sit here and talk to myself. You know what? Forget it. Look, I'm gonna play like one of them kids, right? Well, forget it. I'm gonna just move on.
Number 1.
This is a story that I am very, very, very happy to report. An 86-year-old Kansas City man pleaded guilty today to a lesser charge in the 2023 shooting of Ralph Yarl, a black honor student who rang the white man's doorbell by mistake. Andrew Lester, we talked about this, was scheduled to stand trial next week on charges of first-degree assault and armed criminal action in the shooting of the then 16-year-old who survived and has since graduated from high school. As part of the deal, Lester pleaded guilty to second-degree assault. Lester, who will be sentenced March 7, was hunched over as he was wheeled into the courtroom, his hands folded. The charges carried a sentence of up to 7 years in prison compared to first-degree assault, which carried 15 to 30. Depending on the circumstances, one of the key elements in second-degree assault is that defendants have the burden of injecting the issue of influence of sudden passion arising from adequate cause. So really what that means is that something had to happen to have then caused the person to react the way they did and shoot. This was probably somewhere in the middle ground, says a Kansas City defense attorney, J.R. Hobbs. And the heat of passion would be what the motivation was for the shooting. If he was afraid or whatever, it may not rise to a full defense. The parties might agree that, on one hand, it's a felony conviction, no trial, no possible appeal. So what do you think? What do you think? So Yarl showed up on the doorstep on the night of April 13th, 2023. He mixed up the streets where he was supposed to pick up one of his twin siblings. Lester's attorney had long argued that Lester was acting in self-defense and that he was terrified by a stranger who what? Knocked on his door. So he got up, got a gun, out of bed, and shot him? The problem is, he said Lester shot him in the head and said, "Don't come over here again." But then again, that's what prosecutors do sometimes. They don't really do their jobs. They would prefer to get the conviction they would prefer to make sure that they get paid in terms of getting a win. And that's unfortunate. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, because of these DEI programs getting cut, what happens to people who have, like, products on the shelves? Would that matter? Should that matter? Or is it the company that did the quote-unquote right thing for the wrong reason?
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Happy Black History Month from the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. The Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network values and celebrates the wealth of diversity reflected in the patients, families, workforce, and communities it serves. What is so beautiful about their efforts is they aim to deliver healthcare services that meet the social, cultural, and linguistic needs of their patients. By addressing social determinants of health like education, employment, and food insecurity, they know it can help them in offering the best possible health outcomes and quality of care for patients, while also working to eliminate racial and ethnic health disparities impacting our community. The Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network has made it a goal to be a leader of change in our community, and so much more, because health equity is fundamental to the organization's mission and simply the right thing to do. Join 1017 The Truth and the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network as we celebrate Black excellence with you during Black History Month.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
People often wonder, what's the credit union difference? Well, let me tell you what's different about Educators Credit Union. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a team of people who are actively invested in the next generation and in the communities where you live and work. We're in classrooms teaching financial literacy, in neighborhoods building homes and relationships, and in local communities lending a helping hand. We believe when communities thrive, we all thrive. Educators Credit Union, achieving more together, insured by NCUA.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If I kissed, if I held you tight in the morning light, yeah. Would you mind if I said how I felt in the lead tonight? Again, 'cause I never ever felt this way in my heart before. Oh, love has found its way in my heart tonight.
So you thought you was going to hear me singing, didn't you? 833-212-1017 is the number. Do you mind? Hey. Ain't nothing like some good earth, wind, and fire to make life great. I'm just saying. Okay, so Tenji, I can't say what you just said because, I'm just saying. Dr. Ken, we know that he was a senator. Okay, I'm talking about for the state and then for the federal. But anyway, I was telling a story. Like, why do people do that? Some people may not know. Hughes View said, what is Ken so angry about? It's Pop-Off Friday. Now, if you don't know that by now, that means you have not been listening, and that means you have to listen every day for the next 6 months. Okay, for the rest of your life, but I'm just saying. All right, M&M's and the popcorn. Yes, people eat M&M's and popcorn. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, some people just have nothing else to do. Anyway. Daphne, wrote but the problem is Trump is destroying the country now. And after 4 years, things will be trashed and there will be no coming back. Every single president that other side didn't like said they were going to trash the country and there's no coming back and there's no democracy. Listen to these knuckleheads scream about democracy, but they're the ones that actually took it away from us. But then we complain and say we just kind of parrot what they say. But then when you ask people how, they can't really tell you. Know how. But then just knowing how, have a solution to how you believe they're going to tear it up. He's systematically destroying the country now. Trump and his cast of characters are horrible. They haven't really done anything. All you got is knucklehead Elon Musk. Everything he does has to be passed if it can't go through executive order. And if it's money, it has to go through the House Ways and Means Committee. There's no getting around that. Republicans even told him that. Hey, dude, you know, this is nice. Now, I will say one thing I agree with is that people on Fox News kept talking about how Elon Musk doesn't need to be vetted. That's a lie. He definitely needs to be vetted because if you're going to look at anything that's confidential or secure or at the level of confidential or secret, you need to be vetted. And if you're not vetted, guess what? You shouldn't be able to see it. You can't see people's background information. You can't go into HR. You should not be able to go into Social Security. You should not be able to go into the IRS. I'm sorry. You need a clearance. But he's not really running amok because, I mean, he's making budget decisions, but then they have to still pass. So calm down. It'll be okay. And you're correct. MPS is too far gone. Time to break up that district or have the state take over what they spent on a. Well, first of all, I thought about the state taking over, but I don't want the state to take over because Evers used to run DPI and MPS turned into garbage. And I don't want that. No. The fact that he gave $3 million to a person to help her figure out how to run MPS when they're actually paying her when she runs. Okay. All right. And add $3 million to it. How do you, from the state, add $3 million to a budget that a person actually owes you? Like you owe me $15 million, but then I'm going to give you $1 million that'll help you put all the stuff together to pay me back 15. Like that's just stupid. But I get what you're saying, Daphne. What they spent on the new leader was terrible, and from what I know, the search firm they used was trash also. Shaking my head. Yeah. It is what it is. It ain't a lot you can do. Because the education mafia stays together. The education mafia hangs out with each other. And they don't give up nothing to nobody. Nothing. When we come back from traffic, sports, weather, and all that other kind of stuff, I want to talk about this NBC Black thing. I want to talk about what happens to retailers when all these companies drop their DEI programs, right? Like, if it's a DEI initiative, it doesn't necessarily make it bad because it's DEI. You need to do that the way you do everything else. Selectively go through a department and see what needs to be cut, what needs to stay. Same thing with DEI. You can't just do a blanket, get rid of everything. Because then everything is, you know what that's called, right? Whitewashing. So we got Talking Text Line. We got Al from Sherman Park. and you. 833-212-1017 is the number. Remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a minute of a live show. And now with traffic, here's Jessica Gatzow.
We've got some crashes to look out for. The major one is on 41 southbound at Capitol Drive. Looks like all lanes are blocked due to that crash. Again, that's all lanes on 41 south at Capitol Drive are blocked. Another crash is on 41 894 south at Beloit Road. That crash is blocking the left lane. Elsewhere on the interstate, we're seeing backups on 94 eastbound. It's brake lights all the way from State Fair Park past the stadium, westbound between 16th Street and into the stadium. A winter weather advisory starts at 6 p.m. tonight. That goes until 6 a.m. Saturday for all of southeast Wisconsin. Tonight, snow early. We're looking at 2 to 4 inches, a low of 25 degrees. Saturday, we're looking at an additional 3 to 5 inches of snow, a high of 33 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Jessica Gatzo on 1017 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snime. The New York Jets have informed quarterback Aaron Rodgers they plan on moving forward next year. In a social media post on Thursday, they thanked Rodgers as they now look ahead to their future at the quarterback position. Over to college hoops, where the 16-9 UWM Panthers are back in action tonight. They'll welcome in Wright State for a 7 p.m. tip-off. And lastly, no Bucks basketball this weekend as the All-Star break begins. Damian Lillard will defend his three-point shootout titles Saturday night, and Andre Jackson Jr. will participate in the slam dunk contest on Saturday night as well. The All-Star activities will start at 7 p.m. Saturday night, and the All-Star game will tip off on Sunday night at 7 as well. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Black. Black, black, black. Black on black, black. Yeah. Hey. Okay, black, 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 black on black.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Al from Sherman Park, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hey, Dr. Ken. How you doing?
Are you on a speakerphone?
Hang on. Let me see.
Like you don't know?
I had my speaker on my phone. Anyway, I'm just sitting here and watching all these people lose their mind over some audits. I'm looking back at some history when Clinton and Gore did cuts of the federal government under their program called RIGO. It was RIGO, and 35,000 employees were downsized from the federal government. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it became a right for the government to overspend and keep hiring and hiring. I thought that IRS hiring up to 87,000 agents or representatives was excessive. What was that, about 2 years ago that they did that?
Yep. To go after people to make them pay taxes, to pay more money.
And it's only supposed to go after the rich, but yet we had these edicts from Biden saying that if you had over $600 deposited in your banking account, the IRS is going to look at that.
No. That was that. I think that was with. Was that have to do with Cash App or something like that? If you sent more than a certain, if you sent a certain amount through Cash App for the year, then they would look into possibly auditing.
It wasn't just Cash App.
Well, you know what I mean. It's all
$600 or more in your account. So they're looking at.
No, that's not true, because that would mean first of all, they can't audit everybody at the same time. So if it was $600 in your bank account, that's pretty much everybody. And they can't do it.
You had deposits over $600.
No, they're not. They can't.
And in the course of a year?
It was for social media. Social media.
No, it wasn't just that. It wasn't.
Nobody in their right mind is going to say, I'm going to hire this many people to audit every single person in America that's an adult. Come on.
I'm not saying they're going to audit you, but you're eligible for audit if it's not reported. So eventually they would get around to you.
Send me the proof.
In a round-robin fashion.
Call me back next week and send me the proof, because that don't make no sense at all.
Look up the article.
Why don't you send it to me? You're the one that said
Biden
it.
reporting.
You said it. I didn't say it.
All right.
So send me the article.
But anyway, shouldn't we be looking at our government spending and seeing where the waste is and start cutting that? And
but why
are people screeching and marching?
Because we shouldn't be doing it so fast.
Fraud and waste.
Because we shouldn't be doing it so fast. Because what I'm saying is if there's fraud and waste in, and I'm going to pick something they're not going to bother, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, then we need to go in and look at those that are doing it and get rid of them. But to do a blanket, for instance, I can't remember the name.
New York, they just called back 80 million.
Let me finish, please. Can I finish, please?
Sure, go ahead.
The CB, the I can't remember the name of it. It's basically the people that watch the banks to make sure that the financial institutions treat you correctly, right? So we have to make sure that if you're going to be a financial institution, like they just caught one down in Texas, they were charging fees when you got your debit card to get your Social Security or your food stamp money, right? But then the bank was not supposed to charge you fees on that. They can't. They can't charge you overdraft fees. They cannot charge any charges because the money came from the federal government and it's for Social Security, disability, or for food stamps, right?
Dr. King, could another department handle that? Could your state?
No, they can't. No, they can't.
Secretary?
No, they can't because it's a federal bank. They're not regulated by the state. They're regulated by the feds. See, what you don't understand is they're the ones that actually caught that in excess of millions of dollars that poor people, and then they took money every month out of their account, to which every time they went to go buy food, it was zero.
Do we have a duplication in agencies, though? Isn't there another agency?
It's not their job. It's not their job to watch financial institutions. Because what happens is you have so few.
Institutions have to be chartered by the federal government?
Do what have to be chartered?
Don't they have to be chartered by the federal government?
What?
A financial institution to be part of the Federal Reserve that gives them money.
The Federal Reserve isn't part of the federal government. The Federal Reserve is separate from the federal government. That's why they have their own board of governors.
Okay. So if you rob a bank, why is it a federal crime?
Because the bank is in America. That's like saying if you drive through Wisconsin, you shouldn't get arrested because you live in Indiana. Huh?
I just think we got some duplication out there. The other agencies.
Sure.
You don't need to have all these separate departments.
Absolutely. But you, as a person who's never worked in government before and doesn't understand how government works anyway, because all you've ever done is run a company, which is admirable, you can't come in government and figure out where waste is because you think it's waste. You have to actually look at it. You literally have to do an audit. Listen. No, I'm not going to stop there. You have to do an audit just like Evers did of MPS and then file a report, and then we act on the report. But you don't just come in and just decide to, willy-nilly just start cutting stuff. But anyway.
So he's not doing any audits? Elon Musk is not doing any audits? No, he's not doing any audits. Saying there is
absolutely no way you can audit $1 billion department in a couple days. Stop it.
If you're running code, you can't set limits to spit out and highlight.
It's not just financial. It's people. It's overhead. It's materials. It's way more than that. It's not just some simple thing you can use technology for.
So I was thinking with your logic on the Milwaukee School Board. So no one from the outside. So no one from the outside, unless the school system, can come in and audit Milwaukee Public Schools.
I didn't say that. I said that when you do, you have to take into account not just running code for finances. You have to look at people. You have to look at culture. You have to look at protocols. You have to look at procedures. You have to look at everything. You can't just take one thing and say, this is wasteful spending. You need to find out why, and you may find out it's not wasteful spending. It's actually needed. But it didn't matter because you just cut it because you thought it was wasteful. That's ridiculousness. Learn how to run a business.
Public accounting firms don't come in and run code.
You missing my point. I give a flip if they run code. It's more than the code.
Do you know everybody on the Elon Musk team? Are they all computer programs or some forensic accountants? Do we know?
It ain't got nothing to do with accounting. Listen to what I am saying before I got to go. It has nothing to do with accounting. Okay. It has to do with some of the issues you're having have to do with culture. Some of the issues they have in Washington under every president has to do with the deep state. The people that work there that are entrenched, that are doing things, hiring people, HR practices, all that stuff. Rules, procedures, those are the things that if they change, all the money stuff and all the issues and the overspending goes away. We just go in and run code.
Can we fire the obstinate?
What?
Can we fire the obstinate ones, like the one who didn't want to drop the charges against the mayor of New York because she thinks she knew more than her boss?
Well, she probably did know more than her boss because she was there and he wasn't. He just got appointed. So she did. Like, I don't understand your point. Like,
so your attorney general can't tell a subordinate to drop the charges.
Sure they can. But you just said that one knew more than the other and they didn't. That was my point.
Well, she was being obstinate. She
has a right to be obstinate, and she quit. So it's no big deal. So what is the point?
Okay.
Like, what point are you making? Like, I don't really understand. That's called.
So she was obstinate. She shouldn't have been fired.
She wasn't fired.
Okay.
She quit.
But she was going to be fired if she didn't quit.
Probably not. Most U.S. attorneys are obstinate. That's how they become U.S. attorneys. Like, understand the field you're talking about. You're in an area like law enforcement. You know, stay in your lane. All right, thank you much, Al. Appreciate you. 833-212-1017 is the number.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. 1017 The Truth is now the proud home of Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball. Tune in every week so you don't miss out on the classic rivalry game we all love, the high-flying dunks that leave us in awe, and the memorable moments where Milwaukee basketball legends are born. City Conference basketball on 1017 The Truth is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am grateful for those who changed yesterday.
But I live in today.
And I pledge I will help shape tomorrow.
Milwaukee College Prep Scholars honor Black History Month not just during February, but each and every day they walk through the door, preparing for a better life for themselves and the world around them. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. See, that's your fault. Arguing in the... See? Now we got some training going on. He was trying to harass me. Talking about no Biden kid has ever got a job with the government. So then prove it. What are you pointing at? Who you hollering at? Who do you think he hollering at? You wait till this show is over. I'm going to come in there and no, I'm just kidding. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you. Got a new producer in training, trying to get some stuff done and hanging out with DJ Brother Z. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir, for hanging out the last few days. Make sure you take care of yourself. It's supposed to snow, so don't be out acting foolish. You heard about Jessica Gatso gave all the accidents that's happening on 41 southbound at Capitol, so be careful on the road. Have a safe weekend. Check on your neighbors. See you in 3 days. I'm out.